Hello, witches. Wow, there's a lot of feedback there. Hold on, guys. I have a new camera set up tonight, so hopefully you guys can see me okay with the lighting. I'm just making sure that there we go. We have a special request, and this is going to touch on a few sensitive subjects. Can you guys see me okay? No, you can't. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check out my camera. Something's going on here. There we go. Okay, I'm back. My lights have been flickering, so let's see if this is going to go okay. So I've got a new setup, and for some reason I have feedback, and I'm not sure why. So hopefully you guys won't hear that too much. I hear it, and that drives me crazy. But tonight we are doing a sensitive subject. And this was a request because I've got lights going off. There's got to be a glitch somewhere. Something must be overpowering. That's what I'm thinking. We will deal with it later. You guys can still see me okay. That's all that matters. Okay, so let me get back on track. So this one is a request, and the request was for somebody who is lurking the neighborhood, looking at children inappropriately. And as a witch, as a mother, and even those of you who do not have kids, I would think that you would want to protect the children. So this spell is geared towards that. It is not to harm anybody specifically. However, there is going to be a tag lock on this, because this is somebody who is known in the community that apparently is lurking. So with that being said, you guys will not see the tag lock or anything like that. I keep that private. But if you are watching this and you are participating in it, then I want you to understand that this spell is to bring justice. This spell is to expose anybody who might be predatory. With that being said, if you are thinking that this person is, and they actually are not, this spell will not affect them. This is only to bring about those who are what's the word that I'm looking for? Guilty. So we're looking to seek justice, and the best way that we can do that is if we put a stop to it, and that sometimes takes a witch's touch to bring that out and not physically harm anybody. What happens after court and stuff like that, that's up to the judge and jury. But this would expose of anything and keep the children safe, and that's the first priority, regardless. So if you are joining me tonight, we have a few special ingredients. You're going to see my pickle and pickle juice. I have it here on camera for you guys to see what I'm doing as well. I have brought out herbs of hot chili peppers, or crushed chili peppers, is you can get them in the food aisle. These are all ingredients that you guys can find at the grocery store, Walmart, Bulk Barn. You can find these spices online, Amazon, wherever you need to. Okay, they're not hard. We want vinegar. We want anything hot. So I brought out my hot foot powder, which that is in addition to what you guys, what I put on our Facebook group page. I brought out, and that I have that actually on my one of my videos is how to make hot foot powder. So you guys can go and look at that if you need to. I've got black pepper. These are black peppercorns that I'm using because I want them whole. I've got the other stuff too, but I'm just letting you know. I brought out my banishing oil. Now, if you guys don't have banishing oil, you don't have to worry about that. These are just some added ingredients that I'm throwing in, okay? I've got chili powder. Again, hot, spicy. You want it. Anything that you can think of that would be hot and spicy. Very similar to what we talked about in the sour jar spell. Cayenne pepper. Again, another hot spice. I brought out crushed eggshells. Now, crushed eggshells, cascarilla, when you grind it up, is great for fertilizer too. So instead of using a salt line, you can use crushed eggshells outside. It's actually better for the environment, and that acts as a protection as well. This is going to be intended to get into the grooves, get into the like irritating. Okay, I'll show you once we get everything put together. I got regular pepper and got a jar, so I'm just going to put everything back, and then I've got vinegar to top it all off. So what we're going to start with, and some of these added ingredients I did on purpose so that you guys can know where I'm going with this when it comes to this spell, okay? Now, if you have the last pickle in the pickle jar, that's another thing that you want as well, okay? If you have the last pickle in the pickle jar, use that pickle jar. Use your pickle jars or anything sour. Put them aside. Don't wash them. Keep them aside for any baneful magic that you may have to do. You can use them for protection as well, okay? So we're going to have our jar here. I'm going to get some smudging going. Now, I'm not going to get my altar all set up. I don't need to for this, but I am going to make sure everything's cleansed. Now, can anybody hear that feedback? I hope you guys can't. Hope it's just on my end. It's driving me crazy, though. And I'm going to have to figure out this light system thing. Something clearly is wacky. All my lights have been acting wacky lately. Okay. And get that going. Now, when I do any type of spell like this, I do go through my ritual. So we're going to do that tonight as well. Because this would be considered baneful to a degree. I mean, you are seeking justice. That's what the intentions are to do this. Is to seek justice, protect our children, and to put behind bars anybody who needs to be put behind bars. I'm going to set that aside. Now, if you guys don't have a smudge stick holder, get a candle from the candle store or dollar store. I meant to say, get a candle from the dollar store and use it. Here, I'll show you for a second. There we go. See what I have here? So those are all my ashes. So it's a candle that's burnt down halfway. And now I started collecting all the ashes in here. And it works actually perfect because I can dump in when I want to get some, I use ashes in with my black salt. I've got a lot of black salt, so I don't really need any more right now. But we've cleansed our jar. We want to make sure our area is cleansed too. I should have kept that out. Okay, so, ooh, I just hit my light. Okay, so I'm going to smudge the page. Okay, smudge everything that's going on. Okay, I call upon the four directions and the four elements to open our circle as a consecrated place of love, healing, and spiritual guidance. May East and Air share their knowledge of all beginnings. May North and Earth share their knowledge of all stabilizing influences. May Fire and May south and fire share their knowledge of all changes, and may west and water share their knowledge of all endings. Goddess, the mother of all, protects me. God, the father of all, defends me. I am safe. I am never alone. I call upon our spirit guides. I call upon all forces of good to enter our circle of white light and divine inspiration. May my higher self transmit to me the knowledge I am ready to receive and the wisdom to make the best use of it. Okay, so I've got my jar here. I've got it all cleansed. I got my pickle. So I'm going to put this off to the side for right now, okay? I should have mentioned that you're going to need a knife. Now, your athame can work as well. You're going to see where I'm going to have this. Athame, and I'll show you. So I'm going to cut into the pickle. Now, as you cut into the pickle, you want to visualize that you're cutting somebody's private part. Yes, this can be considered baneful, absolutely. But remember, this is for protecting children, so it's going to go in the same way. What we want to do is, if there is anybody that is a predator, if there is anybody that is lurking around children, we're going to put numbness into this area, okay? And the reason for that is because we want to take that desire, the desire that would come from somebody who is sick in the head. So we want to take that power away from them. So what we do is we are visualizing. I told you, Mercury retrograde, we're still in it. We want to visualize impotence. We want to visualize that person having no desire. We want to take that sickness away, so to speak. We want them to go limp. The thought of even a child, we want them to go limp, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to slice it down, like I said, and we're going to open it up just a little bit because we want to put our... Now, if you don't have a name for your target, that's fine, because you want to understand, if you don't know if this is true or not, and you are just speculating, that is a huge accusation that could be coming out, right? So what you want to do is you want to leave it open-ended to expose anybody. Don't leave it to one person. Anybody. That way you open up any other doors that might be out there that would be possibly in a ill intentions or any harmful acts. So you want to take that power away, but if you take it away for one specific person, there might be more than one. So instead, leave it open-ended so that you can draw it more. And again, if that person is not a predator, then it's just going to skip them. It's not going to harm them. It's just going to skip by them and hit the next person that would be. But it is best to give it a little bit of a direction, right? So we're going to keep it open like that. Now, if you know for certain, then yes, you can use a name. You can use as much information. Again, if you're practicing any type of baneful magic, please understand that is to your own discretion. I can't tell you what to do or how to do your magic, but use your discernment, use your mind, think about what you're doing, right? Remember not to come from anger, come from understanding, exposing. Use your energy for good. Don't use it to hurt somebody. By hurting somebody, that has the potential of backfiring in different ways. Not necessarily to you, but like I said, if you're only targeting one person, then you can leave out a whole bunch of other people that might be a problem. Maybe there's a gang. So I want you to keep that in mind. Instead, leave it open option. So I'm going to stick a piece of paper. If you need a word to use, just say expose any predators or any harmful intentions, and you could use this on a cheater too. Okay, if somebody's cheating on you and you want to find out, put their name on a piece of paper, everything that you know about them, stick it in the pickle. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get some hot pepper. These are crushed peppers. Now, because they're crushed peppers, I don't like to touch them with my hands. Instead, I use my little spoon. Okay. So I got that all packed in there. I can smell it. I'm going to bring out all those spices. Woo. Okay, I'm going to get some eggshells. Now, like I said, this is to irritate. This is to get under the skin. This is to imagine what that person's private part would feel like if it had sand or sharp pebbles or objects of some sort. That's what the intention is. You're not doing it to them. This is a symbolism. That's what this is. You're not doing anything. Let's face it. Mothers will do anything and everything they have to protect their child. This is harmless in comparison to what some might do. Okay, you're not going to get in trouble for the law by doing something like this. Now, you take it to their house and stuff like that, then there's a problem. You don't want to get caught, okay? Like that's invading privacy and stuff like that. And I get it. You know, you're protecting maybe your child. But you still have to obey the law. There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. Okay, so cayenne pepper. I'm going to get, we want peppercorns. Again, peppercorns, hot, right? It's like a burning sensation when you're. Okay. Now, I can put some. Now, I have 2 spoons for this purpose. If I have something that uses more of a liquid, I use one for liquid and then I use one for dry ingredients. So I'm going to use this. We're going to just put a nice little layer inside. That's like, it becomes like a hot itching powder. So it gets under your skin, right? Cause a little bit of chaos. Chaos magic, maybe? Yeah, of course. Okay. So now we're going to do this. Now, you could, if you want to, and I'm just thinking of this now, you could, instead of using the plate that I'm using, I could have put it on a mirror and amplified it as I was doing it. Now, I'm going to give you a few ways of disposing it, but that was banishing oil. So the intention of banishing oil is to banish them from the area, right? We want them to go somewhere else, not our neighborhood, not our children. You don't want any children, but at the same time, you don't want, if you can get rid of them, that's the first intention, right? Okay. Chili pepper. I put crushed peppers, chili pepper, cayenne pepper, all the hot spices. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some twine. Now you can use, if you don't have a black twine on you, it's okay. You don't have to use black twine. I like to put color associations on them. I don't know where my black twine is right now, but I'm just going to put this aside. And while I'm putting that aside, I'm going to put this in the pickle juice. I'm going to clean them in the pickle juice, right? Because it's going to clean them, but at the same time, I'm going to put that back in the jar. So now what I'm going to do is I've got my pickle all. Now remember, guys, don't touch your eyes with this afterwards. Your skin, it's going to be hot. Okay, you're going to tie it up. You can even take safety pins or pins in general, and you can pierce through it that way. Okay. I'm going to double tie it just because I've got some extra over here. Now, I always leave baby wipes on hand so that I can clean up my hands afterwards, because, you know, it's I want to touch my face. Okay, so now I've got my jar. It's already cleansed. Sometimes I still like to go and get my smudge in there. I don't know. It's something that I always do. It's like a routine. Uh-oh. Some mash goes in there too. It's cool. Okay, so I'm going to put my pickle in. While I'm putting my pickle in, I'm going to set the intention that this person is going to be exposed, that this person is going to be found out. If they're doing anything, if there's intentions on doing anything, they are going to, everything's going to come out, and to seek justice with this. Okay, so I'm going to saturate it with pickle juice. So see, everything from the spoons just went in there. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to have to clean all of this stuff up, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, anything that I have that didn't get in there, I'm just going to kind of put it in there. That way everything that I just mixed is still going in there, okay? So that's why baby wipes are really great on hand. I'm just going to put this aside for a moment. Okay. Now I do have a chant that I'm going to read for you guys tonight, but I wrote it down because I can't remember it offhand. Ow. Okay. This is what happens when you go live, right? You guys get to see all the everything, the bloopers too. Okay. So before I get to that, I am going to just fill this up. Without getting it on my, clearly it's going the wrong way. There we go. Pouring it on my desk. Wondering what's happening. And I only need to cover it. Let's see how that is. Just a little bit more. Take this off, that's fine. Okay. Now, if I wanted to add some more peppercorns, oops. I'll put some more peppercorns. And some chili peppers. Now, if you have jalapeno peppers, if you have the actual whole chili peppers, just stick them all in a jar. Okay, I didn't have that on hand. Okay, and I always clean up my area, so I'm going to push this off to the side. See, and this is where, hold on. See, now I can use my mirror. There we go. So you guys can see that. Okay, now I'm going to maybe, my camera went out again. What is going on? Okay. I'm guys are going to see me again. My goodness. Okay, something's going on tonight. Do we still have solar flares? Hold on, I got to take a sip of my coffee now. Now I'm stressed. I've got lights going out. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to move that over here. So I've got it under the mirror. Or sorry, I got it under. There we go, so you don't see everything. Out of the way. There we go. Okay. So this is for protection and justice. And if you guys want me to copy and paste this and put it in the group, just let me know. I can do that for you. Okay, so harmful thoughts and harmful deeds. I bind your actions, wants, and needs. Should darkness hide behind your face, let truth emerge and take its place. If innocence within you stays, the spell shall part and fade away. But if your heart conceals deceit, let justice rise and truth repeat. Bound and sealed by will and right, protected now by truth and light. Okay, so we're going to say that one more time just so that I get it all out, right? And give it some extra energy. And you guys can repeat after me if you want. Harmful thoughts and harmful deeds. Something caught my attention. My God, that just scared me. Okay, let's start again. Harmful thoughts and harmful deeds. I bind your actions, wants, and needs. Should darkness hide behind your face, let truth emerge and take its place. If innocence within you stays, the spell shall part and fade away. Let justice rise and truth repeat, bound and sealed by will. Hold on. But if your heart conceals deceit, let justice rise and truth repeat. Okay, yeah, I said that. Bound and sealed by will and right, protected now by truth and light. So what happens when you're alive, right? Get scrambled and you got to start. And you know what? I like being raw and authentic that way because you know what? Everything's not perfect. When we do spell work, it's not perfect. Sometimes we can mess up through our words, and it doesn't give it any less power if that's what you do. Just so you know that. Harmful thoughts and harmful deeds. And I'm going to actually hold it this time, okay? Harmful thoughts and harmful deeds. I bind your actions, wants, and needs. Should darkness hide behind your face, let truth emerge and take its place. If innocence within you stays, the spell shall part and fade away. But if your heart conceals deceit, let justice rise and truth repeat. Bound and sealed by will and right, protected now by truth and light. And just feel it. You can visualize this person behind bars if you know that they are guilty. If you want to see them move far, far away, and like visualize that. But I want you guys to understand that you guys have the power to do this. I know that these spells seem simple sometimes. That you can shake it, put some anger in there a bit, right? Get it irritated, get it underneath the skin. And I want, if this is what you guys are creating, then you want to drive it, if you can, take it as far away from your area as possible. If you're living in a community, like a little community, with lots of children, and you are afraid for them that there is somebody that is not who they say that they are, take this jar, do it, and then Drive it out of the area. Go as far as you can. Go to a remote area if you can. Now, everything in here isn't going to harm anything. Okay? Unless you put pins in it. Okay? But if you don't put pins in it, everything in here is totally fine. It would totally break down if you were to toss it somewhere except for the glass. Now, if you are not sure of the area that you can maybe get rid of it, keep it in this jar, keep it on a mirror, keep it in the moonlight to banish, okay, if you want, but then dispose of it. Everything inside is, yeah, it's hot, it's spicy, but there's nothing in here that didn't come out of your pantry, so it's safe. It might cause some irritation if somebody were to have it, but it's not going to kill any animal. Okay, it might give them some gas, or, but I mean, take it to an area that you don't think that anything's going to happen, okay, or any animals are at, or anybody can get to. If you can keep it in the jar, great. If you can't, take it far away. Now, let's say that you don't have an area that you can dispose of it. Next time you're at maybe a restaurant, next time you're out somewhere where you can dump it down a toilet, you can do that too. You're getting rid of it, or throwing it in the garbage is going to set all the same intentions. Just keep it all whole, unless you are disposing of the ingredients. And what the intention is that you're taking it far away from the area and you're disposing it elsewhere. Okay, doesn't mean that the problem is going to completely stop. What this is intended to do is bring about justice, is to expose those that are ill-intended. And if that's the case, it will come out. Give it time. There might be more than one person that this spell is working for. Okay, it might not necessarily be one person. You might think that there's only one person. Maybe there's multiple and you don't know that. Give it time. It might take a little while, okay? But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Any suggestions that you guys want to see on here, I am always open to the ideas. But I'm grateful for you guys tuning in always. And thank you very much. I'm just going to look over and I see Gypsy Gypsy that I was is here. Stephen, nice to see you. Sugar, but there's sugar in the pickle juice. That's fine, because the pickle juice is to pickle it, right? That's where the intention comes in. So don't worry about whether or not there's sugar in. If you're going to dissect every ingredient that's in something, now, if you feel more comfortable, use just vinegar. Use just vinegar. I left it in the pickle juice because that's the intention that I put into it. But if that bothers you, and it's totally fine if it bothers you, but if it bothers you, just use vinegar. Use a mix of vinegar with lemon juice. Kind of like I said, very similar to the sour jar in some ways. The purpose and the intention and the process is a bit different, right? We're using a pickle. I'm going to get into different items and materials that you guys can use in your practice to expand your mind a little bit. Okay, we're going to bring in mirrors, we're going to bring in crystals, we're going to bring in a whole bunch of different stuff. But I always thank you guys. If I missed your name, I saw that Amy was here. I know Tamara was sick. Oh, Delilah, hi, honey. Nice to see you. If there's anybody that I missed, I passed Pastor Sampa. Oh, I've seen you here before. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you so much. I love you guys. And of course, Sherry is always stitching in the back. But if there's anybody here that is brand new, by all means, say hi. We don't bite. And I see that Jay's not here, but I think Jay's moving. So who knows? There's always people who come and go. But I always love when you guys pop in that I haven't seen you in a while. It's always nice. We got to get Katie here. It's been a while. But anyways, witches, thank you so much for joining. If you have any suggestions or you want to see something, send me a message on Facebook, or you can always send me a message here on my YouTube channel. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get together as many witches as we can to learn how to empower and to build a community of other witches that we can do spell work together. Not necessarily doing it like we're doing it from our own homes in our own way. Nothing needs to be exact. We're just gathering together on a Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It might be different for you guys, but a different time zone, I mean. But anyways, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. And hopefully I won't have so much light problems next time. Who knows what's going on? I think it's an overload or something. Something doesn't seem right. But anyways, witches, I will talk to you later. Ciao for now.